Frank Frazetta painted comic book covers for Warren Publishing on issues of Creepy, Blazing Combat, Eerie, and Vampirella is the focus of this video. Frank Frazetta was an American fantasy and science fiction artist noted for comic books, paperback book covers, paintings, posters, LP record album covers, and other media. He is often referred to as the Godfather of fantasy art and one of the most renowned illustrators of the 20th century. He lived from 1928 to 2010. He was born in Brooklyn, New York City, and was the only boy in a family of 3 sisters, and spent much time with his grandmother, who began encouraging him in art when he was 2 years old. At age 8, he attended the Brooklyn Academy of Fine Arts. At age 16, in 1944, he began working in comics artist Bernard Baily's studio doing pencil cleanups. After this, he did more work in the comic book industry. Later, he produced paintings for mass-market paperback editions of adventure books. His interpretation of Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian visually redefined the genre of sword and sorcery and had an enormous influence on succeeding generations of artists. Primarily, these were in oil, but he also worked in watercolor, ink, and pencil alone. Frazetta's work in comics during this time were cover paintings and a few comic stories in black and white for the Warren Publishing horror and war magazines Creepy, Eerie, Blazing Combat, and Vampirella. The 1983 animated epic dark fantasy adventure movie Fire and Ice was a collaboration between Ralph Bakshi and Frank Frazetta. Frank Frazetta's painting, Egyptian Queen, sold for $5.4 million on May 16, 2019. Warren Publishing was an American magazine company founded by James Warren, who published his first magazines in 1957 and continued in the business for decades. Magazines published by Warren include Creepy, Blazing Combat, Eerie, Famous Monsters of Filmland, Help, and Vampirella. Initially based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the company moved by 1965 to New York City. James Warren's bad health, combined with changing tastes and business problems, led to internal turmoil and editorial turnover, and the company suspended publishing in late 1981. In the near future, do you want to see any TV shows or movies based upon any of these comic book covers? For information about the video, see the video description section. Please like and subscribe.